1320 AM WARA and online, all one word, for deepsportstalk.com. I'm Dominic Damiano, joined by the Sportsmaster Justin Ferreira, Luz Cabral, and Catherine Conley, a.k.a. KC. The birthday boy is out in the lobby producing, the belated birthday boy is out in the lobby producing today's show.
Ooh.
And if you want, well, you really can't call him, wish him a happy birthday, because these lines are going to be filled in about 15 seconds. But if you want to text him a happy birthday, you're more than welcome. I think we'd appreciate that as he gets ready to...
How old is Alex, anyway?
I don't know. I'd be lying if I told you. That's terrible. I'm trying to
We'll find out. We'll find out later.
Absolutely. But we are waiting for Nancy McDonald from Dance. I think
Noreen McDonald.
Noreen McDonald. What did I say,
Noreen.
Nancy? Yeah, I said.
Yeah, it's snoring.
I better know. I was talking to her last night. I better get her name right. Noreen McDonald from the Dance Workshop of Hanover, and now my phone just froze. She should be calling in with, I believe her first student is going to be Morgan Harrington. So that young lady's going to call in. Then we'll hear from Riley McCormick and Sydney Killam. And I thought it would be pretty cool to do something different because it takes a lot of hard work to be a dancer and grab a college scholarship, which they do.
Wow.
And I actually know a couple people that did it, and actually both lines are lit. And then we'll go boom, and we'll go boom. Hello, you're first on 4 Deep Sports Talk.
Hello, it's Noreen and Dance Workshop of Hanover.
Hi, Noreen. Long time no see.
Hello, Dom. How are you?
Good, very good. Thank you for calling in.
Of course. Thanks for having us today.
Absolutely. So you're on one phone line, right? That's correct?
Yes, I'm on one phone line, and I have Morgan Harrington with me because we're at the dance studio.
Okay, very good. I just got to set some props. So this line is off. So she's right next to you, correct?
Yep.
Excellent. All right, we're just going to do one small adjustment here. Can you hear now?
No, not
All right,
really.
let me bring up the tone. Let me bring up the pitch. All right, hold on.
Some minor difficulties here.
Yeah,
I'll tell you, though, it's great to be back in studio.
there you go.
Yeah,
You
it sure
guys
is.
with the
Yeah.
team.
All right, Noreen, can you hear her? Can you hear her now?
No.
Noreen,
Yep. Testing 1, 2, 3.
can you hear her?
A little bit.
A little bit?
Yeah. It's awfully faint.
I
It
hear
is?
her fine.
You do?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear her loud and clear.
How are your headphones? Your headphones good?
Yeah, they're plugged in.
All right, we might have to switch headphones here. All right, so Noreen McDonald is the owner and operator of Dance Works of Hanover, correct?
Dance Workshop of Hanover.
Dance
yes.
Workshop of Hanover. So we have, just to let you know, I don't know if you heard us when we did our little intro, we have Catherine Conley, a.k.a. KC, my partner that's been with me for going almost 5 years now, Luz Cabral, and the Sportsmaster Justin Ferreira. So, Morgan, are you with us? Can you hear us, hon?
Yes, I'm here.
So, Morgan, let's start with you, and we're going to jump around, and I don't know if you heard me just mention some of the other guys in the studio that'll be asking questions. How long have you been dancing?
I have been dancing since I was 2.5.
Wow. And how old are you now?
I am 14.
Okay. 14 years. I got to make sure I read my notes so I know what I'm talking about. So, can you tell us what is your favorite art of dancing? Is it tap, ballet? This is going from a 1980 around 80s memory. I hope I know what I'm talking about, or I'm close.
My favorite style is actually probably hip hop or contemporary.
Okay.
Because hip hop, I tend to be, people that know me would tell me I'm kind of a sassy person. So I really like doing hip hop because it's very uplifting and like fun. And then I like to do contemporary because I can get more of my emotions out through that, whether it's like, the more sad dances or like anger. So.
Oh, really? I never thought about that. You could let loose and cut a rug, as they say, cut a dance floor, and just go with it, right?
Yeah.
So, Noreen, I know the other guys are going to. I got one more question. The guys are going to jump around and ask you guys some questions. When did the hip hop thing come into effect? When was that around? When that became part of a dance studio, I guess, or the art of dancing?
I would say honestly, probably in like the late '80s. To be honest with you,
Okay.
Because originally it eventually evolved as part of the rap scene.
Yep.
So initially, in terms of the commercial aspect of it, there were Fly Girls on a couple of like the Living Color show. So I would say late '80s is sort of when it came commercially into the dance industry.
Okay, because as you can tell, I'm going too far back. That's all I remember back then. But if you guys if you guys are ready.
Good. Can you tell us a little more about your background?
Sure. So, Dance Workshop of Hanover actually was founded in 1974, and I was actually a student of the school, and I studied with the founder and original owner, Mary Lou Cunningham. So I began performing. I danced with Dance Workshop of Hanover, and then I also studied at Boston Ballet School. And in my mid-teens, I started to work in more musical theater. So I did a little bit of television and theater in my teens, and then I went to school at UMass Amherst and continued to perform. And then I moved to New York City in like 1994, and I worked in New York City for about 22 years. And then I moved back to Massachusetts about 8 years ago, and that's when I took over Dance Workshop with Hanover. So I worked, I'm a member of Actors Equity Association, so the main crux of my work, I did a lot of live musical theater, which was dance, singing, and acting, and then I also did some film and television, but my main focus was more musical theater live stage.
Well, that's cool.
That's a lot.
Holy smokes.
She said it like she's like checking off her grocery list for crying out loud. Right?
Basically just taking notes almost like every journalist does.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you.
All right. Noreen, this is Justin Ferrer, and my first question is, what do you think it takes to be a competitive dancer?
That is an excellent question, sir. So it takes dedication and love of dance, because competitive dancing is not easy. It's a lot of hard work. So you really have to feel it in your heart and have a passion and love for it in order to work and improve and get better, because dance is really like a sport. I mean, it's as difficult as like playing football or soccer or lacrosse. It really is a learned skill, and our dancers dance about 8 to 12 hours a week, depending on the different levels. So it really takes passion and the love of the performing arts to just make yourself continue to improve and work your hardest, I think.
Okay. Morgan, I have a question for you. Do you guys have something? Because we're about to, we only get a couple minutes up before we lose her. So, Morgan, when did you fall in love and you knew this was going to be, it's actually a two-part question. My first question was, when did you know you really fell in love with doing this? Because I strongly believe it is like football, and the cheerleaders, when I used to coach youth football, the cheerleaders used to work so hard on the choreography, they'd say if it was any easier, it'd be football. So,
Yeah.
when do you think that was?
All right. Well, I have been dancing, since I was 2.5, and my entire family is actually dancers. Like, my aunt is a dancer, and my mom was a dancer, and my cousin was a dancer at our studio. So I feel like it's kind of been in the family, but I think I really fell in love with it when I was 9, and I joined competition teams.
Okay.
That was when I really started to know that dancing was something that I wanted to do for, like, the rest of my life. So.
Okay. So now, as far as choreography goes, you're 14 years old, and you're pretty much into it. You're into it full time. How long now that you're 14 years old? How long does it take for you to get ready for a routine when you know you have it down solid? Would it be a competition? Am I saying that right? Would it be a competition, or what else would you call it?
Yeah. Competition dance is good. It usually takes us about, the first, because we go by, school year, obviously. It takes us, first couple months, and then we start competing in, January and February and March sometimes. So it takes us like 3 to 4 months to really get a routine down. That way we have like the spacing and we know the choreography by heart. So like we can do it like with our eyes closed. We don't need to look in a mirror. Like we have to know it really well in order to perform it.
Okay, we have another caller on the line. Caller, are you with us?
Yes,
Hi, who's this?
this is Riley.
Riley, this is perfect, but I got to save you because we're going to finish up with Morgan. Is that okay? But at least you can get a head start. You know what we're going to ask you. That's funny. So now, what do you like, Morgan? Do you like it more when it's a bigger group of girls learning a routine, or we lost her. Hopefully she'll call back. Or do you like it with smaller numbers? What makes you comfortable?
It usually depends. I tend to like the bigger group dances just because in case you have a question, you can usually ask somebody else.
Okay.
And there's like more of a larger group to like know what's going on. So I would say larger groups definitely for me.
Okay. Anybody else? One more question before we go?
With Morgan?
Yeah.
Morgan, hi, this is Lucy.
Hi.
Hi, how are you? Or have recitals, or how does that work?
So we usually tend to do a Nutcracker in December with our studio, and then we do a recital in June with our studio as well. And then for competition team, we do competitions kind of everywhere. So like anywhere in Massachusetts or anywhere like that through like
Other dance
March to May.
studios?
I'm sorry?
Competitions with other dance studios, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Compete with other studios. Yeah.
Wow, so you've been dancing since you were 2?
Yeah, just about then.
Wow.
Imagine that.
And what has influenced you as far as music and to dance? Obviously, hip hop and other. What are other types of music do you like to dance to?
I also like to do jazz a lot. I definitely find that to be like fun, since that's like another way that I can express myself as well, because I'm also kind of into musical theater as well.
Oh.
So I feel like that kind of aspect is fun also.
Awesome. All right. I know this was quick, Morgan. We really appreciate you coming on, and hopefully we'll bump into you. Maybe we'll do like a live, tape you guys live one time down there at the workshop.
Okay, great. Thank you guys for having me.
You're welcome. All right, Noreen, we got Riley on the other line. We're gonna step away. We'll be right back. Is that all right?
No problem. And I'm on the same line as Morgan, and I have Sydney with me too, Dom,
Okay.
so we're all on the same phone at the studio.
Okay, very good. All right, so we're going to take our first break. You are listening to 4 Deep Sports Talk here on the news station. 1320 AM WARA, and you can watch us and listen to the podcast on the website, 4deepsportstalk.com.
You can be around others after 10 days since symptoms.
Hi everyone, welcome back to 4 Deep Sports Talk here at the news station, 1320 AM WARA, and online, all one word, 4deepsportstalk.com. We have Noreen McDonald from the Dance Workshop of Hanover. Noreen, Morgan, you guys still with us?
We are.
And we got Riley, too. Riley, you're still there, correct?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, thank you. All right, so now I think we could actually, if it's all right with you, Noreen, I don't know if if Sydney has another obligation, we could just finish the whole show, finish the show all the way to the top of the hour, talking to these guys, if that's okay with them.
Of course, Sydney's in the room. We pulled her out of rehearsal, so you have all three dancers, and then Riley's calling in from home. So it's
great.
whatever you'd like to do, Dom.
I like it. This is pretty cool.
It is.
I like it when a plan comes together. Right? All right, so let's start with Riley. Riley, we were talking to Morgan about her favorite style of dancing. Now that I'm trying to get the lingo right finally, what is your favorite style of dancing? What do you like to do?
I think my favorite style of dance is probably lyrical.
Okay, can you explain that to somebody that doesn't know, like the guy talking to you right now?
It's kind of like a mix of like ballet, jazz. It's like a little more flowy than normal styles, and yeah, I think it's one of my stronger suits. So that's why I love.
Okay, so I'm trying to think of the word. It's a little bit more looser. Is that pretty close to it compared to it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can loosen up a little bit. It's not more tight, I guess. I don't know. I'm trying to think of the word. I know the word I want to say, but for whatever reason, my mind goes blank. But to me, it seems like it'd be something that's not as, it's a lot more loose. Kind of like the dance Morgan likes, the style Morgan likes. You know what I mean? It's more carefree. You can add a little more emotion to the music and the choreography. Would that be fair to say?
Yeah, you can add a lot of emotion when you're doing it. It's very flowy. It can sometimes be more technical, but yeah, it's pretty just like flow with the music.
And how old are you, young lady?
I'm 13. I'm turning 14 next week.
Well, you know what? Before we miss you, we want to wish you an early happy birthday.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Sydney, you there?
Yes, I am.
All right, so what's your favorite style of dance?
My favorite style would have to be ballet.
And why ballet?
I think I just like how you have, like, it's very placed and you know exactly where you're supposed to be at all times, but I feel like that's just, I don't know, it's my favorite thing to do.
Well, yeah, exactly. You know better than anybody. What would be number two?
Number two, I'd probably say jazz, because that is like, it can be sassy, it can be like, I feel like it's like sharp and still fun.
And how old are you?
I am 17.
17. So you like to go classical, then you like to cut a rug, right?
Oh, my.
Too bad. All right, guys, go ahead.
Yeah, so I actually have a question basically for all of you. What is the concept of going into a dance routine?
It depends on what dance. Like right now, I have 3 different group dances in competition, and all of them have a different story. Like one is kind of like Grease almost, where like we're all like pretending to be chasing after a girl. There's one where we have to pretend like our husbands died and we're like sad, and then I don't know. There's just a bunch of different like. It really depends on what song and what style you decide to choose.
I know someone that will probably jump for joy if they've heard that. I'm kidding. But no, I get it. So you're just reacting to the choreograph, right? The way it's choreographed. Gotcha.
There's a lot of feeling and emotion that goes into
Ballet.
ballet.
Yeah.
Absolutely. In all the dances. That's where creativity is sparked. You can really let loose on your personality, your style, facial expressions, especially. My niece is a dancer, and actually, she's with my mom right now.
Is she
so
listening?
Call out. I don't know. Louis home, so I don't know. If they are, hi everybody. This is a shout out to Mom and Lou and Allie and her boyfriend Matt, and hopefully they're watching. But yeah, she had grown up in a dance studio as well, a couple of them, and actually taught dance. She is now 25, but I've been through it. It's amazing the amount of courage and creativity that goes into dance, especially tap, jazz, hip hop, all of them, ballet, a lot of control, a lot of self-expression, and it's just fun to watch as well.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I like watching.
So kudos to you girls
Absolutely.
for staying with it, and it's a great form of exercise as well. A lot of stretching, a lot of stretching.
So I got a question for you, Noreen. To follow up Lucy's question, what is harder for a dance instructor to implement a game plan in before not a rehearsal, but before a competition or
Recital,
performance? Yeah.
I would say our school is pretty strict with technique. So in terms of a game plan, you always want your students to be as comfortable with their choreography as possible.
Yeah.
So a cohesive rehearsal process, and also having the children do as many technique classes as they possibly can with attendance is key to a good show. I find the more the dancers are comfortable with their material, the better they can then polish their skill set with technique. Within the dance competition industry, when they're being judged, everything comes down to clean technique and preparation for steps. So that's one of the key points that we concentrate on. And while we're discussing choreographer, Deirdre Lewis, who does an amazing job at Dance Workshop of Hanover, she heads up all of the choreography. So she's actually running a rehearsal right now. And I just wanted to shout out to Deirdre and thank her for all of her hard work and dedication with all of her amazing choreography.
Very nice. Do you have the speakers on while the show's on in the studio right now?
No. Well, yes, we do. I have one studio with speakers on, and then I have another studio. We have a few things going on today. So yes, I have a class of students with listening to the show. Yes.
Because I want to make sure that she can hear that you shouting out to her in the studio now.
Well, but we will get it to her. We will get it to her.
Okay.
I offered, she wanted to dance instead of do radio, which, of course, is expected of Deirdre.
Right.
So she's working hard in the studio with the kids.
Excellent.
Noreen, when is your next performance?
We have on the docket, as we know, COVID and the pandemic has been, let's say, a challenge within the performing arts. So we have the majority of our season was canceled due to COVID, due to gathering limits and regulations per the CDC. But we have a show, StarQuest National. We have a show on the calendar for March 12th, 13th, and 14th, which we're rehearsing for now. So fingers crossed, we really hope that it happens because it'll be the first time the kids have been on stage in a year. So we're all really excited about it. So we'll see if that happens, but which everybody knows, as we know, you never know what will happen from day to day with COVID rules and regs. But we do so in a month or so. We have a competition and a performance in a month. So we're really crossing our fingers because it'll be really special. We'll actually be at a venue location.
Nice.
We'll be at an actual venue.
Great.
Within the New England area. Yes. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll go forward.
Can we promote that area, or should we not say nothing? Where the venue's going to be?
The studio itself, of course you can promote whatever you like, but ultimately where there is a Dance Workshop of Hanover is actually we'll be joining a few different studios. And actually, what some of these companies have done, they've, in terms of social distancing, so they're keeping everybody safe. So the dance studio, back in the day pre-COVID, you would go to a dance competition, it would be a 3-day, 14-hour-a-day thing, 1,000 kids would show up. So now what they've done is they're having just the studio dance by themselves, so we'll go in with a small group of people, everyone will be socially distanced. So that's how they're doing it, which is a lot different than pre-pandemic because, well, as we know, even sporting events, as for sports and school sports. It used to be a big party with everybody showing up, and unfortunately now it's different with social distancing. But we do what we have to do to keep the children moving and dancing and doing sports.
Excellent. All right, young man, what do you got for the girls?
Okay, this is a question all of you can answer if you want to, and this is, where are good places to go to for dance competitions?
Yeah, where do you guys like to go to for competitions? Let's pick on Riley first. I mean, let's talk to Riley first. Riley, what's your favorite place to go to when it comes to a competition?
I don't have a specific favorite place, but I like when we get to go someplace like a little further away or stay at a hotel or something like that, because it's really fun to go with my friends too. So I like just hanging out at a competition when we aren't performing.
Any particular venue come to mind off the top of your head when you're, when you do stay away? Or no?
Yeah, when we went to Providence, that was really fun.
Oh, cool.
The venue was beautiful.
What about you, Sydney?
I think that I also liked when we went to Providence, the Performing Arts Center there, but I know all the adults and the parents like to stay close to home, but it's fun when we get to stay over in hotels in previous years.
Yeah, of course, you're young. You want to play videos, hang out with your buddies. Who doesn't? What about Morgan? Are you still with us?
Yes, I am.
All right, young lady, what about you? Do you agree with those girls, or do you have a different idea?
I have to agree with them. Providence usually has the largest stage, so it's a lot of fun to get to go there. And then it's kind of part of the experience of doing competition, where usually you get to stay over.
Yeah.
And you get to do competition, and then go stay in a hotel for the night, and then the next day you get to do it all over again. So I think that's the fun part of going farther away.
Oh, there you go.
The Providence Performing Arts Center. I am from Rhode Island, and that venue is just absolutely beautiful.
Is it really?
Oh, my goodness. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous old theater. The big red curtains and very ornate. Just beautiful. You feel like you're at Carnegie Hall.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's beautiful in there.
Oh, that's cool.
That must be such a thrill performing on that stage, knowing that other performers and concerts. I've seen a number of plays there. The Nutcracker, especially.
Yeah.
Yeah, a number of plays I've seen there, but it's a beautiful venue.
All right, so with that being said, we have to take another break. Noreen, this hour's flying by. I don't know what you're doing to us, but this hour's flying by.
All good. Thank you, Don.
You're welcome. I will step away. You are listening to the podcast and the Facebook stream off of our website, all one word, 4deepsportstalk.com. We will be back. We will be back with more right after this.
Nice.
Think you might have it, take steps to help protect other people from getting sick. Stay home except to get medical care. Call the doctor before visiting. Separate yourself from others who live with you. Wear a mask to protect others. Cover your coughs and sneezes with a tissue and clean your hands right away. Avoid sharing items with other people in your home. This includes things like towels and bedding. Be sure dishes are washed in hot water or the dishwasher before anyone else uses them. Stay aware of how you feel. If you start to have difficulty breathing, or if you are worried about your health, call your doctor. For more tips, visit cdc.gov.
All right, everybody in the car, let's go. What are we going to do first when we get there, Mom? Go for a hike? Sure, if you want. What about canoeing? Can we go canoeing too? I don't see why. What about a bike ride? No, I want to fish. Oh, I've never been fishing. Honey, we can do it all. How long does it take to get to the forest? It's going to be long. I bet it takes forever. It's not that far. Are we there yet? Yep, we're here. Already? No way. It's a short drive from your neighborhood to your neighborhood. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a neighborhood park or green space near you. Also, sign up to a public service announcement brought to you by the Ad Council and the U.S. Forest Service.
Does your back hurt after a long night's sleep? Has your mattress seen better days? Is your current bedroom furniture a mixture of different furniture sets? The Bedding Center, located on Pleasant Street and proud sponsor of this radio station and high school sports, offers a wide array of mattresses along with beds, bedroom furniture, and odd-sized mattresses and box springs. You can reach them online at bedding-center.com or by phone at 508-226-8090.
Hey, welcome back. You're listening to 4 Deep Sports Talk here at the news station, 1320 AM WARA. You still with us, everyone?
Do we still?
Yes, we are.
We still have them.
Good to know.
So how many dance routines do you guys perform?
It depends on age. I feel like this year I'm like the senior group and we're doing 3 group dances. And I think Morgan has 2 group dances, and then I'm not quite sure what Riley has this year.
Yeah, we have on it for the total, the entry program for our competition season right now. We have about 24 entries total. So we have 24 routines.
Oh, wow.
And that spans from groups to solos, the full gamut in terms of entries.
And my next question is, do you have who is your favorite dancer?
Oh, that's a good question.
See that? See how smart.
Dum dum.
We've talked a lot about in jazz class about Saucy, and I feel like that's where Miss Noreen really has helped us with our technique in his style of dancing, which is really cool because that's obviously a classic. But I feel like I don't know, for like ballet, we have Miss Michelle, and she really does a mix of everything for us.
Can you guys think of any famous dancers you like?
I have one. Brishnikov.
I mean, I look up to Copeland because she's a beautiful point dancer, and she's like still dancing today. So I think that's really good. Took up to her.
Cool.
There's also like Balishnikov. I think he did like Russian, and that's really cool. They're like really sharp and have really precise technique in ballet, which is also amazing.
See, I go way back. I like the Fred Astaire and
Fred Astaire.
Oh yeah.
They have no idea what you're talking about.
I know. Kind of showing my age here.
That's all right.
Gene Kelly, you can never go wrong with Gene
yes,
Kelly.
yes. If you see the movie Singing in the Rain,
Yeah,
yep.
I love that
Yes.
movie. That's one of my favorites.
The sports master is showing his dancing strut.
Well, it's because I recently got to see the movie for the first time, so
Really?
yeah.
Isn't it awesome? Oh, love it.
All right, what do you got, sports master?
What does it take to recruit more boys into dancing?
Great question.
Oh, I know. I actually, we had a couple male students years ago. I do not have any male students now, currently, but it just varies. Like some children who I'm open to taking on male students, of course, because it was great when we did have some male students when we did Nutcracker and for different character roles. It was fantastic. So it's just, I think there's so much competition with sports now that it just takes a particular personality and a love for the performing arts and doing something more creative. If you had more of a creative mind versus like a sports athletic passion. But if you know the answer to that question, let me know.
I got one. I have a semi answer for you, but I know the guys have more questions, so I'll wait till they're done. You got another one?
Yeah. I think I'm going to get multiple answers for this one, but what is the best types of music to listen to when you're rehearsing for dancing?
Well, if you're working on an actual routine entry, it would be that particular music choice. However, we typically we have a lot of playlists. We typically go through and do a lot of the top hits, the current top hits on Apple or whatever, because that's what like Deirdre uses. Everybody, songs that people like, and I actually ask students what some of their favorite songs are, and then I put them on my playlist. If that sort of answers your question.
That makes sense to me.
All right.
All right.
Nate Rollins, your son Nate Rollins, I should say, our son Nate Rollins just texted and he said, we're going to call him, instead of the sports master, the dance master.
That is a good
Yeah,
one.
you know
I
what?
like it.
Oh,
I
that's.
I like it too.
Yeah, me too. You know the emoji with the guy crying, the person crying with the tears, laughing.
Yeah, the laughter
I must have
one.
made like 100 of them. And returning his. Do you have another question? I'm sorry. Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Casey?
I actually want to comment, like, when I actually saw the Nutcracker one year, and it was amazing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the Nutcracker is. This is the first year in like, honestly, with Dance Workshop. I think Dance Workshop of Hanover had been doing Nutcracker for like 20. It was probably like 26 years, I think.
Wow.
So
Wow.
this was the first year in 26 years we couldn't do it because of like a live stage show because of COVID-19. So it was sort of. I felt my heart broke for our students because it's a huge thing they look forward to. And artistically, it's just a wonderful thing to produce because of the holiday element of the show. We did do bits and pieces. We did some Christmas dances that we videotaped with a camera, and we did Waltz of the Flowers. But hopefully, fingers crossed, I'm praying that there'll be enough vaccines around where we can sort out some type of a live show
Oh, yeah.
for this holiday season. But the Nutcracker's a beautiful piece of work.
All right, so Nate's checking in again. He wants to know. He wants to ask the girls, and he wants to know what is your pre-recital ritual. That's a good question.
Oh, that's Nate. Leave it to Nate to
Right.
come up with a good question.
That's why I have him on board.
No, I like it. I like it.
He's got great questions.
Ritual.
We definitely, when we get to like the high school that we usually perform at, we warm up like on the stage. And my favorite thing to do in a warm up is we run up and down the steps of the like auditorium. But definitely, like when I'm getting ready, it's just to take my time. I like to wake up super early, get a good breakfast, and
Good.
just like chill before we have to like go to the auditorium, and like it's kind of chaos.
There you go. She's chilling. What about you, Riley?
For me, I don't really have any specific rituals or anything, but me and my friends, we usually are pretty nervous, and we usually just wish each other good luck and like hope for the best. But yeah, definitely on like the morning of, it's pretty stressful, so I just kind of like to relax, like take a shower, just kind of get into the right mindset before I go on stage.
Oh, there you go. Now, was that Morgan or Sydney that you answered that first question?
Sydney.
Sydney answered the first question, then Riley did.
All right, Morgan, your turn.
All right. So I also don't really have like a set ritual that I do, but like I know before each performance, it's kind of like chaos, but to be honest with you, I kind of like the feeling of the chaos. Like it just brings the like feeling up. So usually like I like to get there kind of early, that way I can get ready there. And then I like to, with Sydney, I agree, like going up and down the stairs during that. And then usually, like during Nutcracker performances, usually it's really exciting because we'll warm up on stage and then we'll be in like Christmas pajamas and then we do Secret Santa all together. So I think that's really fun to like kind of get us in the spirit and like get our adrenaline up.
That's pretty cool. All right, so Noreen, I know how to answer your question on how to get boys involved with Dance Workshop of Hanover. You ready?
Oh boy.
All right.
So
All right, here we go, Dom.
Here
All
it
right,
is.
so first make sure you have a flyer. Right? Then when you have the flyer, make sure these young ladies, actually, on a serious note though, not on a serious note, as a sporting person that I am, I would go to all the head coaches that had football coaches, maybe even baseball coaches, and I would tell them what they can learn, like Lynn Swan learned. I don't know if the girls knew this. Lynn Swan from the Pittsburgh Steelers was big into ballet.
Yes.
So-
That's
I
remember
true.
that, yeah.
That is very
So
true. Yeah.
to
Wow.
make these receivers that should already be in shape anyway, more limble and put themselves in a situation to make the great catch and all that, and it could definitely help them in college. Why not take some type of ballet class? Or, you know, in Sydney and Morgan and Riley, they can straighten them out because God knows he's not going to be ready for it, but maybe something like that. And on a lighter note, where you could do what all the AAU baseball teams do, go around to all the other dance shops and tell them why you guys are the best and why you need to go there. And I still can't believe they do that. That's what they do in AAU baseball. They sit there and they tell them why they're better than the other AAU sports program. And they all think they're going to become professional baseball players. It's crazy. But that's what I would do. On a real note, I would go to the football coaches and say, do you have anybody that's kind of needs to limber up and likes music and, you know, something like that?
That's a good idea. That's a good outside the box idea, Dom. Actually,
See that, right? See that, and I didn't.
ballet for local athletes.
Absolutely, right? What's the new? Not I was going to say gimmick, but what's the new thing they do now? They do yoga. Is that what it is? Yoga. They stretch out with
Stretching,
yoga,
yes.
right?
Yes.
Something like that.
Because there's breathing that has a
Yeah.
lot to do with that. So.
God knows I need yoga.
You need to breathe too?
Oh my God. Oh yeah, but yeah, I think that would work. You know. So when's our next competition? Or our next
Hopefully in March.
and it's out of state or it's in state?
No, it's in the New England area.
All right, so I just want to ask the girls one more question. How do you prepare for it's a competition, not a recital, right?
Correct. So it's a dance competition, and we'll be competing with probably like 20 other dance studios.
All right,
Wow.
I know Nate mentioned a little bit about the pre-ritual. I want to know what the girls really do to get themselves psyched up before the day before they go into a competition. Is there anything different than a pre-ritual the day of for you guys?
That's an excellent question. Sydney?
It's definitely a lot of stuff to CVS to probably get. We want to make sure we have enough bobby pins, hairnet.
Right? You got to have
It's
the
all about the
supplies.
hair. All about the
Yeah.
hair. Can I tell you?
We don't want any buns falling out.
Yep.
We
Right?
don't want any costumes unstitching.
Uh-huh.
So it's definitely getting everything collected, usually put in the car the night before, so we just have to worry about makeup the next morning, because usually it's a little bit of a drive to get to where we go. And so, yeah, it's definitely just making sure nothing is going to fall apart the day that we have to get to competition.
Awesome. What about you other girls?
For
Morgan?
me,
Yeah.
it's definitely it's pretty hard to make sure you have everything the night before. So me and my mom always try to get like everything set up, make sure we can just everything sails smoothly in the morning. But I'm notorious for forgetting at least one thing usually, so we usually have to end up turning around if we're in the middle of the road. But like the night before, I just make sure everything is set up and I can just get up and go in the morning pretty much.
Well, at least you're consistent.
Yep.
All right, Riley, what about you, young lady?
Oh, that was.
Oh, that was, I'm sorry.
I would think that I definitely like to make a checklist, and then I check those stuff once, and then I check it again, and then usually the next day I would also take a quick trip to CVS for the things that I didn't have that were on my checklist. And usually we tend to have a class the day before, so usually during that class we spend it, if it's not a competition class, we usually use that time to rehearse all our dances again to make sure that we're absolutely sure that we know what we're doing when we get there. So I would just say making sure you have all your stuff, and then making sure, like in the car, in my head, I usually go over the dances a couple times to make sure that I haven't forgotten anything. So.
All right, well, we want to wish you guys the best, all of us at 4 Deep Sports Talk. And I know I can speak for the station, 1320 AM WARA. Want to wish you good luck in your next competition coming up next month.
Thank you so much, Dom.
You're welcome. So this show will replay next week, so you guys can go back and listen to it. And again, all the best. And Noreen, I hope to see you soon.
Thank you so much for having us, Dom. We greatly appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome.
Good luck, ladies.
Good luck, ladies.
Good luck. Good luck.
Preparing.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And that was Noreen McDonald and, make sure I get it right, Morgan Harrington, Riley McCormick, and Sydney Kilham, excuse me. So we're gonna step away. We're gonna take a break. Come back with the scores. We'll be back with more right after this.
Okay.
Hey, welcome back. You are listening to 4 Deep Sports Talk here on the news station, 1320 AM WARA, and all one word, 4deepsportstalk.com. I'm Dominic Damiano, joined by Catherine Conley, a.k.a. Casey, Justin Ferrer, the Sportsmaster, and Luce Cabral. Alex Mayo, the birthday boy, is outside getting ready. Wish him a happy birthday from one. It's actually belated. It was on Tuesday. But with that being said, we are going to go through the scores from Friday night. I hope to, as soon as I get this rolling. And why is it moving? Oh, that's why. Now I got it right.
Now I can hear it.
All right, so here we go. Boys basketball, Bay State Conference. Framingham and Milton are postponed. Boston City, it was Madison Park over Boston United, 58-54. Latin Academy over Fenway, 66-47. Charleston over East Boston, 68-58. New Mission over Stoughton, Stoughton over New Mission, 55-49. Burke over Brighton, 68-44. Boston English over Cash, 83-68. Cape and Islands, Martha's Vineyard over Barnstable, 51-32. Nantucket over Sandwich, 65-55. Continue on with boys basketball. Tonight, Cape Cod Academy will go to Rising Tide in Fall River. Another final, Monomoy over Falmouth Academy, 66-23. Catholic Central, Bishop Fien over Cardinal Spellman, 77-39. Austin Prep over Cathedral, 71-54. Catholic Central, St. John's Prep Shrewsbury over Severian, 55-41. Catholic Central, Bishop Fien over Cardinal Spellman again. That's the first round, 77-39. Austin Prep, first round, over Cathedral, 71-54. Catholic Conference. Moving on to the Hockomock. Hockomock, Oliver Ames over Sharon, 66-47. In overtime, North Attleboro over Canton, 52-50. Attleboro over Foxborough, 55-33. Mayflower, South Shore Vogue over South Shore Christian, 65-36. Westport over Holbrook, 77-42. West Bridgewater over Bishop Conley, 62-55. Patriot League, first round Patriot League Cup, Marshfield over Pembroke, 62-47. Plymouth North over Quincy, 47-36. Hingham over Hanover, 67-48. South Coast, Dighton over Greater New Bedford Vogue, 74-55. Apponequet over Seekonk, 58-56. South Shore, Randolph over Carver, 63-52. Southeast, Brockton wins the Southeast Conference with a 66-58 win over Bridgewater Raynham. Tri-Valley, Medford over, Ashland, 58-41. Girls basketball postponed. Framingham and Milton. Cape and Islands, Cape Cod Academy beats Rising Tide, 55-14. Monomoy over Falmouth Academy, 44-32. Sandwich over Nantucket, 69-31. Falmouth over Dennis Sharmouth, 53-28. St. John's Paul II, 44-19 over Sturgis West. Central Catholic in girls basketball, continue on with girls basketball. Archbishop Williams over Cathedral, 55-42. West Bridgewater Mayflower action. West Bridgewater over Bishop Conley, 56-27. Patriot League, Hingham over Plymouth South, 54-29. Final in overtime, Situate over Whitman Hanson, 51-45. South Coast, Dighton Rehoboth, 61. Somerset Berkeley, 31. Or Rochester over Apponequet, 40-39. South Shore League, Norwell over East Bridgewater, 51-29. And continuing on with girls basketball, here is Justin Ferreira.
Okay. Rockland 44, Middleborough 36, Cohasset 48, Mashpee 44. In Tri-Valley, Medfield 62, Ashland 37, Westwood 48, Holliston 25, Millis 60, Newton North 20, Midway 46, Hawkington 36. Girls gymnastic today at Bay State, 2:30 p.m. Newton North versus Needham. Boys hockey, Sandwich 3, Martha's Vineyard 1 in Cape and Islands. Barnstable 6, Nauset 1 at Rink Haynes. St. John Paul's II 5, Mashpee Monomoy 2. Catholic Central postponed, Bridgewater Raynham versus St. Mary's. Catholic Conference, Xavier 3, Milton Catholic 1 at Canton Ice House, Canton. BC High 3, St. John Strawberry 1 at Canton Ice House, Canton. Catholic Memorial 2, St. John Proverbs 2 at Essex Sports Center, Middleton. And Hockomock North Attleboro 4, St. Brockton 0. Canton 6, Alverum 0. South Shore Abington 7, East Bridgewater 0. Southeast Dartmouth 1, Durfee 0. Postponed Bridgewater Ram versus St. Mary's. High Valley, Dover Sherbrooke Weston 3, Halston 2. Norwood 3, Midway 2. Girls Hockey, Cape St. Island, Cape Cod 2, Dennis Arm 0 at Charles Memorial Area, Orleans. Tri-Valley tie, Norway 1, Denham 1, and Midway Norton, Midway Ashland tie 1 at Broxton Valley Ice Place Hockey.
There we go, and those are the scores. Well, we got them in. And again, I want to thank Noreen McDonald from the Dance Workshop in Hanover. I guess she just texted me back. Girls had a fun time, so that was mission accomplished, as they say on that
Yeah,
one.
they sounded like they had a great time.
Yeah, yes, they did. We got about a couple minutes away. I want to thank Nate Rollins and Tom Joyce for chiming in. She just got good. They did. That's what it's all about. It was good to change the venue, wasn't it?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So-
I mean, you know, we cover all sports.
Yeah.
And dance is a sport.
Correct. I totally agree. And it's funny. And before we got about a minute left. Years ago, before I started this endeavor, I actually covered girls roller derby, and the words that came out of their mouth would not make sense to any human being. I'm just going to say that. I'm not going to tell you what they said because I don't know if coming out of my mouth it'll probably sound bad.
I remember back in the old studio covering.
Were
the
you
roller
on- were you-
derby.
was
Yes,
that your
I
internship?
was. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, so you were-
WVBF.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So that was your internship.
That was
yeah,
my
right?
internship.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. They were talking
Bombers or something.
about something like that.
Was it Taunton?
It was Taunton. That was
I
pretty
thought,
fun.
man, these girls are tough.
Yeah, that was. I mean, they were talking about how they got to get the towel, but they didn't call it a towel, and it has to be red. I'm like, oh, that's enough.
Right, right.
It was
well, I
crazy.
think every sport has their own lingo.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so next week we are going to be off. I know I have to work, and we're going to try to schedule some of the other times. I know we're working on Seekonk.
Swansea.
Swansea, thank you. We got. Before I forget, we want to thank everybody for listening to 4 Deep Sports Talk. We will catch you next time. Everyone have a fantastic weekend.